What's going on YouTube? Melontosh here, back with my week 2 team builder for the GPC, and we are going up against the Hellas Volcarona FC in our second week, and I really want to get the win in my second week after taking a really narrow 1-0 loss versus the Charlotte Houndoos. I really want to come out in my second week and get a win. So I have built a team which I think is sufficient, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever been so 50-50 about a team in the league. Honestly, when I was building this team, I got in so many head spins. I think I wanted to build a team too badly. Like, I was trying too hard to build the team, and I got in so many head spins. I got so many loops. I'm beating a team by myself. I couldn't practice against the team, and you can't really battle yourself because you know what plays you're going to make, and it's really hard to not be biased towards one team, even if you're biased towards the other team. So I did come up with a team. I'm so unsure about it, but I really want to put up a win. Really quickly, my opponent's team is Mega Altaria, Cabellion, Starmie, Rotom, Heat, Gligar, Staraptor, Magmortar, what's that thing called? Spiritomb, Kecleon, and Floatzel. You can see teams 13 and 14 here are what makes up my opponent's team here. I actually really expect my opponent to literally bring this exact team here. Maybe not these movesets, but Mega Altaria, Cabellion, Starmie, Rotom, Gligar, and Staraptor. I just expect him to bring his first 6. I don't know if he will. I really expect a Choice Scarfed Staraptor. I really do. And I expect Gligar to come, and it's really hard for me to stop. Same with Rotom. Rotom could be anything really, and it'd be really useful finding out what it is. But yeah. So first of all, when I was looking at my opponent's team, I saw a bit of an ice weakness. Well, in his main 6mon, we see a bit of a nice weakness in Altaria, Gligar, and Staraptor. So that immediately brought me to Greninja, sort of going for the Ice Beam and how it would take hits. And I immediately started with an Ice Beam Greninja, but I just thought Scar Staraptor is too much of a problem. So this is the team I've got. First off, I'm so unsure about this team. First of all, I want to make an apology because last week I brought low kick Greninja, which is not an XY Greninja. Greninja only learns low kick through Aura's egg moves, and I apologize for that. Fortunately for me, it did not come into play in the battle, but it was not going to happen again, guys. So yeah, I will double check this time what's going on with my Greninja. And all of these moves are 100% XY moves. So I've got Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and U-Turn. I am Choice Scarf, so I can OHKO that Staraptor. Probably going to leave with this thing. He struggles with this thing, especially a Life Orb one, which I'm not bringing. I don't know. It actually happens to be a really similar set to last week, but because of that Cabellion, I have to be hasty to minus my defense and nature, and I go 252 in attack, in special attack, and 56 leftovers in attack, just to make that U-turn hit a little bit harder in case he switches in a Starmie or something like that, or I can go for a U-turn and do more damage to a Starmie. So that's kind of the plan with the Greninja. He's going to be my revenge killer for this thing. I may have to make some predictions with him. Yeah. He's not completely 100% vital to my win, so I can make some plays with him, in my opinion. Next up is Latios. With Mega Latios. I haven't given these guys nicknames, but of course they will have nicknames in the battle. It's Kermit the Greninja, Eon the Mega Latios. With the Latios, Ike Greninja will also... Man, Greninja needs to be shiny. I'll do that right now for you guys. And Mega Latios is holding the Latios Eye, of course, with Substitute, Calm Mind, Roost, and Psychic. This set can potentially sweep him. He has no Dark types except for that Spiritomb. I don't expect him to bring the Spiritomb. If he does bring the Spiritomb, I will go straight into Sylveon and kind of just wreck it, just take its life. I have got EVs in this thing, so I wanted it to be bulky, but honestly, I wanted it to hit hard as well. So I've got 192 in HP, 252 in attack, and I've got 64 with a positive speed nature in defense. That means I can outspeed a jolly max speed Rotom Heat. That thing can carry Shadow Ball, but that means it can't really wear down Sylveon and do much to Sylveon. But then again, I can't really do much back, so maybe he'll bring the Shadow Ball because Dusclops as well has very much potential. But I can go into Entei, who you'll see later on has the Assault Vest. So okay, back to this thing. Psychic hits pretty much everything on his team. If I just go back to his team, it will hit. It even hits Starmie hard. Like, it actually does. He hits Starmie hard with that max special attack investment, which is why I wanted it. And I didn't want to go for D-Pulse because I need to be able to hit that Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria is really scary for my team. So is Staraptor. I think massive physical threats are kind of scary for my team. Not gonna lie. I nearly brought Miltank, but I decided not to. So yeah, so that's basically my Latios. Next up was Sylveon. This thing is max max defense, so I can take one hit from that Cobalion Iron Head if it's offensive. And Hyper Voice does a decent amount. And I got Wish Protect and Heal Bell, because if that Rodon wants to fire off Will-O-Wisp, it means I can lead with my Excadrill if I need to. I can lead with my Excadrill if I need to. He can get Wisped, and I can still, later on in the match, go for the Heal Bell. I mean, I don't expect it, because I'd probably go for an Earthquake for that play. It depends if I expect him to switch out or not. But then he might expect me to switch out. So there's going to be loads of mind games in this game, I think. And I really hope I play well. I'm absolutely knackered, and my match is about an hour. I had to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning last night doing assignments. But that's not excuses, because I'm going to play well, and I know I'm going to play well. So, this Sylveon also helps me deal with Starmie. Side Shock from Starmie does not do a lot to me. Hyper Voice does so much more. Hydro Pump doesn't do too much. Don't get me wrong, it'll do decent chunks, but it's not massive amounts. So with that Life Orb, I can Wish Protect stall it out, and go for Hyper Voices and things of that sort, which is lovely, because this means I just have a Starmie check, which is absolutely fantastic. I really want to get Rocks up this game, really badly. But he's got both the Starmie and the Gligar, which are both excellent defogging Rapid Spin. I actually expect him to bring the Rapid Spin on the Starmie and bring him a slightly more bulky Starmie, but either way, it's fine. I honestly also think that Latios can set up on that Gligar. I don't think Gligar can do too much to me. So Gligar is definitely set up for my Latios, along with a Rotom. And if I find out that Starmie doesn't have Ice Beam, Starmie. And potentially a defensive Cobalion, but we shall see. We shall see in the match. So that's Sylveon. It hits everything on his team reasonably hard. It also gives me a Spirit Tune check, and Kecleon only gets Iron Tail. It's a decent check to Floatzel, not an amazing check, but a decent check, and a decent check to Magmortar. Even though I don't expect to bring them, I want to have checks to them. Latios does really well against Magmortar as well, although I believe Magmortar gets Shadow Ball. I'm actually going to check that right now. Do you get Shadow Ball? No. Do you get any Ghost type moves, my friend? You do not. You get him how Ghost. Do you get any Dark type moves? You do, but I don't expect you to bring a physical variant. So maybe you don't get Bug Buzz. So it's a reasonable check to Magmortar as well. My Latios is, along with the Sylveon. I don't suppose you get Flash Cannon or anything crazy like that. No, you get Iron Tail, which could probably do some damage to me, but I am physically defensive. Ooh, you get Clear Smog, so maybe you'll bring that, expecting me to bring a Calm Mind. Sylveon, which I did consider for a little while, because it does do a good number to his team if I can set up rightly. So next up on my team is the Dusclops. This is literally because Bird Spam. I have nothing really for Bird Spam on my team, especially defensive extra could do well, but not against a Staraptor that gets close combat, and a Talonflame last week that gets a Flare Blitz. So I do have Dusclops here who can take reasonable hits from the Staraptor. I also have Disable, because in case he brings Lumberry or something, well, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, in case he brings Lumberry or something, then he has to go for Brave Bird against me. I expect his moves to be Brave Bird, U-turn, close combat, double edge. If I go for the Disable, he has to switch out. If he's choiced and he stays in against me, which I doubt he will, and my Wisp is probably the play, if I'm being honest. If he does stay in against me, then he will have to struggle. So I will know he's switching out, or he will go down. So that's kind of the plan with that. Not sure if it's actually going to come into play, but we can hope and we can pray. We've never got Will-O-Wisp, Seismic Toss, and Pain Split. Seismic Toss is for basic damage. Don't want to go for Nightshade because that Staraptor is there and it's a normal type, which means I can't have Frisk, which is really annoying. And I was looking through Dusclops' other moves, and I just didn't see any other move that would get the consistent damage I want on the Mons I needed. So I had to go with Seismic Toss. Frisk would be so useful, knowing if that Staraptor was banded or scarfed, knowing what the Rotom's item was, knowing what freaking, what's it called, Cobalion's item was, and the Starmie's item was. It would be, unbelievably useful. But alas, I did not think I can bring it, and okay. So I don't really know what to do with that. Next up is Excadrill. Excadrill with the Chople Berry, so it can take a close combat from both the Cobalion and the Staraptor. I can hit the Cobalion back with an Earthquake, and I can hit the Staraptor back with a Rock Slide. I can consider having the Fire one. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Pyro or something. Can't Pyro Berry for the Overheat on the Rotom, but I don't expect the Scarf Rotom. And I'm really unsure if I want to lead with my Excadrill, because he could lead with his Rotom, and I really want to get Rocks up. But at the same time, I am max speed, max attack, meaning that I do outspeed a max speed Rotom. I do outspeed and max speed Rotom. I've got 4 in defense because why not really? I may as well actually put that 4 now because I've got older man. Okay, but if he is Scarf and he goes for overheat, he is going to OHKO me. But on the plus side of that, I can then go straight into Latios and set up a sub. And hit anything and everything on his team really, really quite hard. So there is a positive to that, but I mean I lose my Extra Drill, which is my only Rock Setter, which means rocks don't get up, which is a huge, huge problem for me. I think, even though I found it really hard to imagine this game in my head, I think it's going to be a massive problem for me. So I think I want to leave with Extra Drill or the Greninja. I don't know. I just don't know. Because the other potential leads I would say for him are Staraptor, Choice Scarf Staraptor, or the Gligar to set up rocks. Gligar to set up rocks completely counters my Extra Drill. I 100% believe that Gligar is going to be a switch into Entei and Extra Drill. I'm so sure of that, which is why I kind of feel like he would just switch out with his Rotom, and I can just get my rocks. But then if I go for rocks and he just goes for the overheat and clean takes me out, that is such a waste because he can so easily get rid of those rocks later in the match, and I'm not going to have Extra around to put them back on. So it could be a problem. If he leaves with Staraptor and I with Extra, that's great for me. I can go for the Rock Slide, I can go for Earthquake, I can switch into Dusclops. I got things I can do. So yeah, my next mon. So yeah, that's great commentating, really, isn't it? I'm not really familiar with team builders, so if you guys have any advice for me in my team builder, do let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, we're going up against for Entei, who is Simba Entei with the Assault Vest. Pressure ability, of course, Sacred Fire, Stone Edge, Iron Head, and Himpower Ice. This is because I really believe that Gligar is going to be his switch-in for Entei. So I can go for a Sacred Fire after it's worn down a little bit if I get a burn. Hidden Power Ice does around 50%. It's a roll, but I can predict the Gligar switch-in if I need to. And if I see on his team he really has no other switch-ins, I will just go for the Hidden Power Ice. And if I know he's going to switch out, say I'm in against Cobalion and I'm at full health, I'd be pretty sure he's going to switch out. I mean, even then, I don't know. The good thing about Entei here is you are, where are you, my friend? You are max speed, max attack. You are jolly, which means you can outspeed the Altaria, the Rotom at max speed, the Gligar, and if the Scarf does not Choice Scarf, you speed type with it, which is why I've got max speed, just in case he does bring Choice Band Staraptor. I decided to bring the HP Ice instead of Extreme Speed, just because of the fact that you have to be adamant to have the Extreme Speed. But I'm not sure if it's going to work. So I've got the Iron Head there, of course, for the Mega Altaria, Stone Edge for the Rotom Heat, Sacred Fire for Stab, and Hidden Power Ice for that Gligar. I think this set can put in work, maybe. It can be my switch-in to Rotom. If everything goes to poo. So that's the team for you guys. I'm gonna go have the battle really quite soon, and I really want to win because there is a big difference between going 1-1 and 0-2. And both, just so you guys know, the Hellas Volcarona FC lost their first match 5-0, I think it was. So they're going to be coming back with a vengeance. And honestly, their opponent was awesome in that match. So I'm not underestimating them in the slightest. This is definitely a game I can lose, and I will lose if I don't play well and prep well. I really hope I've prepped well. If I think about it anymore, I'm just gonna spin it round. I had to rebuild this team like 3 times, so I thought about I literally think about it too much. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you've built for a league by yourself, I think you will know what I'm talking about. I literally just get in this head spin and I go round and round until I just get in this awkward loop of doom, and I end up building a rubbish team. But that is going to be all for me today, guys. So if you guys did enjoy today's team build, please leave a like rating down below. If you feel like an absolute legend, go ahead and give it a share. But other than that, I'll smell you later.